at what you're seeing. You can't even see the LivePure in there because inside our smoke chamber, it is filled, it is dense, and now in just moments, in just seconds, the LivePure Bali has cleaned all of that air. It sucked the air in through a multi-level filtration system, and that clean air came out the other side. And that's what it's going to do for you in your home. And this is the time to do it. Here at HSN, we time these things just right. We know when the pollen is coming, there's extra dust in the air, the pet dander, the mold spores, all of that in the air that we start feeling in our chest and in our lungs and maybe in our nasal passages when we wake up in the morning. Well, LivePure has brought us a multi-level filtration system to clean the air, to scrub the air. And I know what you're thinking. Every time we talk about air filtration system, you say, okay, but how much are the filters? Every 3 months, am I spending $60, $80? This is a forever HEPA filter. You are never having to replace this. This is not an ongoing cost. At today's special price of $199.99, is it the dust in the air? Is it the pollen? Is it the odors in the air? Is it from cooking in the kitchen that you see right there? Is it from the pets and the dogs and the cats? There is an accent light. There is a sleep mode. There is multiple fan modes. But here's the big deal today. There is smart technology where the LivePure Bali will sense how much the air needs to be cleaned, and it will put on the right level of fan. It is smart technology that will sense how dirty the air is, and it will clean it for you on an auto mode so you don't even have to worry about it. Now let's get into the colors real quickly here before we bring in our special guest. Here at the top is the white. This is always very popular. It blends in beautifully in any room. If you have a more modern design, maybe you want the graphite that you see right there in the middle. And you can see just how big that filter is, and we're gonna show you inside, but you are cleaning so much air at once. On the end is gonna be your black. Now we move down to the front row. We have something new down here in the front row. You see that taupe? The taupe's most popular today, but I love this. Look at the denim in the middle. Isn't that fantastic? You see the accent lights there as well. And then we have the sage right here on the end, most limited here. $199.99, free shipping and handling. Get this home to clean the air for you and your loved ones. Our home health expert, Vonabelle Sherman, is joining us here. Hi, Vonabelle. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Jumping right into what would be in our lungs, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I want to show you a dirty filter and a clean filter so you can really see what the LivePure unit does. What you saw in the smoke chamber was smoke, real smoke, going through 2 forms of filtration and being filtered so that you're not breathing it. It's not your lungs. So here's a dirty one. Here's a clean one. As you can see, there's a remarkable difference, okay?
Yeah.
But one thing I also want to show you on this is there's things to look for when you're buying an air purifier. You need a sealed gasket. Right here, we have a sealed gasket. Super important to have, and you may not have known that. If you do not have a sealed gasket, then the dirty air can bypass the filter and come out still dirty. I had a friend who said, oh, I had an air purifier. It didn't work. I didn't feel anything. I was like, let's go look at the filter.
Okay.
It had that paper edge, Ty, so the dirty air came out. Here with a sealed gasket, the air is forced to go through 2 layers of filtration. First is the cocoa carbon of the good, better, best, it's the best. Okay. And then true HEPA, not HEPA-ish or HEPA-tech, but real, true HEPA, like they have in hospitals, like they have in airplanes. So it's going through there, and so that's how we can say you get air that is 99.97% free of particles down to 0.3 microns. 0.3 microns are those invisible threats, the things you don't see in the air, but your eyes are itchy and your throat is itchy and you're waking up to get a drink of water and you just don't feel well, you're not breathing well. So having an air purifier is an act of love for your family, and there's an image of the 2-stage filter.
Okay.
So 2 stages is important too. I think it was Tina this morning who said the first one she bought, it didn't have 2 stages. I said, that is not good.
Right.
So the job of cocoa carbon is to get the bigger particles. And if you have pets, you're going to see pet hair on there. You're going to see bigger particles. Now what I want you to do is vacuum this every month or so. If you have pets, I want you to do it every month. Otherwise, every 2 or 3 months. Okay. Now that's where the money savings comes in. So LivePure purposely searched for a filter that is a forever filter, a no money pit filter. So if what held you back from getting an air purifier was the ongoing cost, not the unit itself, but the ongoing cost, thinking about that. Because when that light comes on, you kind of get a panic like, I don't want to look at it now. But then when you do, you go, oh, how big is the filter? How many inches? Where do I get one? You don't have to worry about that. This filter is meant to last the life of the unit. Now, they say that's about 12 years. There'll be new technology in 12 years. It's not the unit goes bad or that there is anything bad. Now, I want to go over to the smoke chamber one more time, and this time I want to tell a different story while we do it. I want you to see how the LivePure unit does move the smoke.
Yeah.
But here's something else that is very special. Here we go. I'm going to turn this on. You're going to see that smoke move. Why is it important? Because this unit has something else. Besides the forever filters, this is the only unit that you can put in the smallest room or up to 2,000 square feet. Look at how quickly we moved the air. You have to move the air to clean the air. To clean the air, you have to move the air. This is the result that's happening in the room when you put this in that you really can't see. So if I say this goes up to 2,000 square feet, that's big. What does that mean? I have to get the air from that corner and that corner and that corner and that corner. So you have to have a good motor that moves the air. And that's why we give you a 6-year warranty on the LivePure motor. We also give you USA-based customer service, which means if you have a problem or a question, or take that phone call right here in America, answered by an American, and people really appreciate that. And also because it is so good, you'll want to run it all the time. I have had friends said, oh, I don't want it too much, maybe my electric bill will go up. Well, guess what? This is Energy Star rated. Run it. It's okay. It only sips electricity, but the benefit of having filtered air for the whole family is really important, right, Ty?
Yes, I mean, you think about it, the breaths you take every day, all day, while you're sleeping, maybe it's in the bedroom, those nice deep breaths that you're taking. You're getting industrial power, industrial strength, but not an industrial look. You're getting that nice modern look, a very slim design. If you have people who walk into your home and say how many dogs you have, and they can't even see your dogs, but because they can smell it, sometimes we get used to it, right? And you need to clean that air. If it's cooking, if things tend to linger, it will be odors. There are so many particles in the air, whether it's pollen, whether it's dust, whether it's pet dander, mold spores, that we can't see, but we can feel them, Bonnabelle, right?
Yep.
We can feel them. We wake up in the morning or middle of the day, or the kids are sneezing or whatever it is, and you say, I can't see it, but it's there. I want you to get this home. And here's the other thing. Here at HSN, we give you 30 days to try anything out. If you've never had an air filtration system, this is multi-layer, you got to get it home and try it. You may even see a difference. You may smell a difference. You may feel a difference right now. But with all of the settings that you're getting, with the timer, with the sleep mode, this is the one that you want to have, especially if you have an open concept home, which I know a lot of us have now. We're buying multiple air filters. We're trying to place around to cover all. Just get this one. Just get this one. Get it home and give it a try. Right?
Yeah, I like that idea because you might buy a small one because you want it in that 10 by 12 bedroom, and then you want to move it around. But you can't because the small units are limited in how many square feet they can do. But with this unit, you can go ahead and put it in that small bedroom, and let's say it is that 10 by 12. We will scrub that air clean 22 times in an hour, 22 times. And I literally mean we're scrubbing it. At the end, it's 99.97% free of particles. Wow. This is a great picture because you get to look like, see if you recognize one of those sizes of rooms and how efficient it's going to clean it. And I want to, while you're doing that, I'm going to read you some examples. A 10 by 12 room will be scrubbed clean 22 times an hour, 15 by 20, 9 times an hour, 25 by 30, 4 times an hour. Now let's take it up to its full potential, which is 2,000 square feet. Then we're going to scrub that air 33 times a day. Okay, so pretty much every hour we're exchanging all of the air in the house, and it's going through 2 forms of filtration. And this is the only unit I know that does that. I affectionately call it the Big Mac Daddy, because you could get a bunch of little units, and usually when I'm presenting, people are waiting for me to say, well, how big of a room? Because maybe you're thinking about for your daughter, your granddaughter, the kids, the elementary, or yourself. And you're like, oh, what do I need for this size? This is the only one you don't even have to think about it.
Right.
Because this one, go ahead and put it in the small room, put it in the medium room, put it in the big room. But if you have an open floor concept like I do, then it will do that big area. And the little units can't do that.
Right.
So that's what makes this a huge value, as well as forever filters. Never buy another filter. And let me show you what this means when you're vacuuming it, okay? So periodically, I want you to vacuum this clean. If you have pets, I want you to do it every month. If you don't, every 2 or 3 months is just fine. Okay, so this is a little Bissell vacuum. You don't have to own this. We just happen to have one.
So this is our pre-filter, our coconut carbon pre-filter
Right.
that we're seeing here, catching all those bigger particles, a lot of the things that you can see, maybe you see them floating around. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So now, if you don't have one of those, it's no
Okay.
problem. At home, prior to having one similar to that, I used my upholstery tool. Everybody has one of these when they get their new vacuum. Hook it up to the vacuum and just vacuum this clean, but also vacuum your True HEPA. That brings it back to its original performance, so it can have the power to clean that air and keep up the 99.97% down to 0.3 microns.
That's
So
remarkable.
take a look. So here you're going to see the cocoa carbon.
Okay.
Of the pre-filters that are available, cocoa carbon is one of the best because it has micropores that really hold VOCs and bigger particles. Then underneath is the True HEPA, and the cocoa carbon actually protects the True HEPA so it can do its job. True HEPA is what we have in hospitals. It's what we have in airplanes. So here you get to have True HEPA in your home. And here's a cool thing. I'm gonna hold this next to this unit over here.
Okay.
Because I have seen where companies you have a big unit, but then you open it up and the filter is half of that. And you're like, what happened?
Right.
No, look at this. This is a lot of real estate, and you want the most surface so it can collect the most allergens. And by that I mean, okay, we are in allergen season. It's March. It's pollen and tree.
Oh, boy.
We're going to be following next month with the grass and the weeds.
Yes.
If last year you suffered so much and you were like, oh, next year I'm getting an air purifier. I can't make it through another season. You are hearing the best value with the Forever filter today. And I hope I can educate you so that you know what to look for in an air purifier. You want that sealed gasket, you want True HEPA. Don't settle for HEPA-ish. Natasha said this morning, HEPA's cousin, because then you can't make that claim that it's 99.97, and you do want the best effect so that you can get the best sleep, you can feel the best. Also, sometimes you have somebody who lives with you who smokes, whether it's cigarettes or cigars, and you want that out of the air fast. If you have pets, this is great at removing that. So cocoa carbon removes the odors, the scents, VOCs. VOCs are volatile organic compounds. And on that note, let me step over here because this is something LivePure added last year, and the customers have loved it. You have loved it. Right here in the center is a sensor. And this sensor works intuitively. It doesn't tell you, it just does you a better job as it feels an increase in those particles. So here it's green. That means it's working, it's great. It doesn't feel a huge influx of particles, but if you open the door and the pollen came in or you burnt something in the kitchen, you would see it change color. I'm going to help it make change. I'm going to introduce a VOC, okay? And I'm gonna put it, our intake is actually on the side. That's good, you know why? You could put this up against the wall, by the way. On a lot of units you can't. You have to keep it out, kind of floating in your room. You don't have to, you can tuck this back. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna introduce a little VOC. It's going to take it into the unit, boom. All by itself, it lit up. And you know what happened when it lit up? It actually sped up the motor on the unit. All by itself, you didn't have to do anything. It sensed that and went, oh, wait a second, I have to work a little harder because I sense some particles. And now those particles, those VOCs and chemicals are going through the cocoa carbon, through the True HEPA, and as it processes it, you'll see the red turn to orange and then blue and back to green. So as you look at this chart, these are the colors you will see. So if you're typically seeing green, don't worry if it goes to blue or orange or red. It's actually a comfort to know, my God, my air purifier is so smart.
Yeah, it's kicking in, right?
And,
it is
oh
kicking
wait,
in.
you know what? I gotta make sure the kids shut that door because there's too much pollen coming in.
Yes, right.
And the other allergens. Also, there's a lot of dust in our house, and many people are allergic to dust, and then the dust mites that come with it. We're gonna capture those.
Oh boy, that's
Now,
right.
if you have any flooding, so if you had leaks and water, mold is what goes on the walls, mold spores is what goes in the air. Mold spores are toxic. If you get the LivePure, that will be one of your benefits.
Yeah.
Those mold spores will be taken into the unit so that you're not breathing them. And I think that that is fabulous.
Yeah.
This is really a quality of life. It's an act of love for your family. And it's such a great price today. And the Forever filter.
And the size, speaking of that filter, the size of this filter too, this isn't a small air purifier that maybe you have to decide where to put it. You have to decide where to move it. Which kid's room am I putting it in? What corner, what coffee table am I putting it in? You are getting the size of this filter. Take a look at this. This is a multi-filtration system. This is the cocoa carbon pre-filter, those bigger particles, and then a true HEPA filter. And this is forever. We're not purchasing this in 3 months. You're not spending another $80. You're not spending another $60 a week from now. This is your forever filter, and that amount of filtration that you're getting, that you breathe in every single day, the air that we breathe in every single day, this is the moment right now as we welcome in spring and all that warmer weather, but also the pollen in the air and the dust in the air. If you've never had an air filtration system in your home, you will feel a difference. You will probably see a difference. Maybe there'll be less dust around. Maybe you'll smell a difference if there's a smoker in the house, if there's pets in the house, the cats and the dogs, or maybe just from cooking. This is what you want in your home for something that you do every day, all day, you and the kids and your loved ones that breathe in this air. Instead of your lungs taking in all of those particles and having to do all the scrubbing themselves in your nasal passages, let the LivePure Bali do all that before it even hits your lungs. And then choose your color. The reason why here at HSN we give you great colors is because you're going to put it out. Think about your decor in your home. And the top row you see there in the black and the graphite and the white. And the bottom, this taupe will be the first to sell out. We also have it in this brand new denim and most limited in the sage. But if you're just tuning in right now, Vanaba, I would love to show this thing in action again. Because you have to see it to believe it, right?
Yeah. The purpose of doing this is so that you can see what actually is happening in your home that you might not see because we've really concentrated what's here. So this is smoke, hardest particle to remove.
Okay.
You're going to see the LivePure motor that we give you a 6-year warranty on begin to move the air, to clean the air. All that smoke is going through 2 layers of filtration.
It's so quick. It happens so fast.
And there it goes. And the clarity that you get really shows you the power of the motor, but then also of the filters. The fact that the smoke is no longer in the chamber and it's in the filtration system should be such a comfort in how you're going to use it in your house, how you will have particle-free air, how you will have less allergens, how you will get rid of that smoke from grandpa smoking or, you know, once in a while the guy's smoking a cigar.
Right.
So you can get that great effect. Listen, we wash the dishes, right, so many times for our family. We also do the laundry. Why not clean your air as well? But listen, if what held you back, because that is what held me back. For my son Jamie, he's had allergies his whole life, and I was like, I could afford the unit, but at that ongoing cost and also the pain of thinking, oh, I need a new one, what size, where do I get it, and then the cost, because you look at the size of this filter, it's huge, because we wanted to give you the most space to collect the most allergens. Then it's an absolute huge savings. Now, when I say 99.97% down to 0.3 microns, you're like, well, what does that really mean? So I wanted to give you a good visual.
Okay.
So this blue ball represents 1 single strand of hair, just like, you know, just pull out one of my little gray hairs, okay? Just single. And you know, that's barely visible, right? But that represents this ball. So what does 0.3, the tiniest allergens, look like next to a strand of hair? This orange bead in between my fingers is 0.3 next to a piece of hair. That is why they are invisible threats. That is why when you look around and you feel so uncomfortable, but then you look like, I don't see anything. Why am I so uncomfortable? I don't see anything in the air.
Right.
Sometimes somebody will go to the window and as the sun's coming in, you realize how many particles are in the air. Now look at this image. Now that you can see so 80 to 100 microns is that single strand of hair, which I just gave you an analogy for the blue ball. Then going down from there is pollen, and we are in pollen season. If your eyes swell and you are uncomfortable and you need water all the time, we can help with that. And then household dust, pet dander, and then 0.3 is that smoke. And what happens with smoke? We smell it before we see it.
Sometimes we don't even see it. You're right. Yeah.
So we're capturing all of those things that make you uncomfortable, and maybe you hadn't thought about it until you went, you know, Vanabelle, it makes a lot of sense. I've been so uncomfortable.
It does, and a lot of times, Vanabelle, and I think you taught me this, the air inside your home can be dirtier, can be more dense.
5 times. EPA says 5 times dirtier than outside.
Inside your home where you are sleeping and taking those nice deep breaths, where you are spending most of your time. Listen, a lot lot of us drink filtered water. Let's filter our air. And I talked about you might see a difference, right? You might feel a difference, you might smell a difference, but you might even see a difference here with the amount of dust that you're seeing. That's why I suggest get it home for at least the 30 days that we give you and try it out. See if you don't see this difference in your home here.
So what happens is we're circulating the air, and that's where dust starts out before it lands on your furniture, right? So we're gonna see less of this, okay?
Ugh.
That dust, less of it on your furniture, more of it into the unit. And if you're allergic to dust, and there are actually, the more I talk about it, then I'm like, oh, I'm allergic to dust too. I went to the allergist and he said yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is your doctor or allergist is the first person who says, you need an air purifier.
Yes.
And I found, for my son, I was like, oh great, I have a solution. And then I went home and I go, yeah, but I don't know what to buy. There's so many, what does it mean? So I hope I've helped you be educated. So I want you to look for True HEPA. Don't buy ones that say HEPA-ish, HEPA-tech. Has to say True HEPA.
Right.
That's the only time you can say that 99.97% down to 0.3 microns. You want a sealed gasket. That means the edges, the sides, have to be rubberized or a heavy foam. If it doesn't, don't buy it. It won't be efficient. And then LivePure really steps forward with a 6-year warranty, USA-based customer service, and then they went the extra effort to make sure it was Energy Star rated, so you don't have to, you want to run it as much as possible.
Right.
You don't worry about your electric bill. You don't have to worry about that at all.
Yeah.
And then we stepped forward and gave great colors.
And then great colors, which you're getting, as I said before, industrial power, that industrial strength, but in a beautiful kind of modern look that you're seeing here. At the top is the black, in the middle is the graphite, and then you've got the white, which is always popular, so this time we brought in more of the white. But then down in the front, this taupe will be the first to sell out here. New denim right there in the middle, which I think is really cool. I love the look of that, but most limited in the sage here as well. So the size that you're getting for $199.99, the amount of space, 2,000 square feet, the amount of size in that filter, and then the fact that you're not buying a new filter over and over again, you're just gonna clean that out. And the fact that it is a multi-level filtration system. That's the other thing, that's what you want. You want it to be True HEPA, multi-filtration system. You want it nice and large size, and then you want all the other features, the timer and the sleep mode, the accent light. You're getting all of that as well in a great color from LivePure, from a great brand here at HSN, one of our leaders when it comes to the home and home filtration, and when it comes to humidifiers. You know LivePure. It's what we love here about LivePure, that kind of takes care of our home, us and our loved ones. I think sometimes we take it for granted that we're taking in these deep breaths. We walk into our home and we're breathing. The air in your home can be cleaner, and you can do it with the LivePure Bali. Right?
And I like, we gave you a remote, so you can control this. If you get in your LifeSmart chair, is that what you just did? And you're like, oh wait, I want to put it on turbo because they just burnt the toast. You can sit in the chair and operate this from the comfort of your LiveSmart chair. And then also, don't forget, this one is one of the few that can go against the wall as opposed to having to float out in the middle of your room.
Right.
The great colors. And I do want to talk about, so most people, or a lot of people, when they get those offending scents, they run for a spray.
Right.
Or they burn a candle.
Okay.
Listen, when you're going out, we talked with Tina, so Tina will be moving to Philadelphia, and so she was like, the realtor said, I can smell your dog. She's a 150-pound dog. She put the air purifiers, and then the realtor came back and went, did you get rid of the dog? And she was like, are you kidding?
Right.
She said, no, I'm running air purifiers, LivePure air. And she was like, that's fabulous. I don't even smell it. I don't smell what I smelled before. But other people will do this. And when I smell candles and sprays, I'm like, okay, what are you trying to cover up? And that's what these do. These only cover up. Having an air purifier removes all of the odors, not covers up. Now, these are called VOCs, volatile organic compounds. The exact same thing an air purifier takes out. These are chemicals, so you don't want them in your air. And I would venture to say that over the course of a year, you could spend $100 on these. I'd rather put the $100 towards a LivePure unit and not cover up, but actually remove all of the offending odors.
That's a really good point. The money we spend on that over and over again, the money we spend on these, instead of that, you're actually scrubbing, actually cleaning the air. So all of that in the air is not making it to your lungs. It's not even going into your nasal passages. So look around the home. If you've got pets, if there's just sometimes a room in the home that just has that kind of musty smell, you're not quite sure what it is, there's something in the air, there's something that gets in, let the LivePure Bali clean and scrub all of that as well. We're going to show you the demonstration again here because it's worth 1,000 words just to watch and see the dense smoke. And smoke is one of the smallest particles, and we're going to flip this on for you here in just a second. But I want you to look at your screen if you're shopping with us, because if
it happens quick, so pay attention.
Right, if you must blink, do it now. Take a look, watch this. Inside there is the LivePure Bali. Watch.
Yeah, you couldn't even see the unit, and look at the power.
Yeah.
That has to do totally to the power of the LivePure motor, which we're giving you a 6-year warranty on. So what you saw was all of the smoke go through 2 layers of filtration, and you can even see up top the red light went on because it was so much. It was an overflow of offending scents. So going through the 2 filters, it's into the system, and now you're not breathing it, it's not going in your eyes, and so that's really cool that you could see that extra sensor working. Then you could see here the blue light. That's an excellent light. You could put it on, you could take it off, it doesn't matter. But what's important about this is, remember, this is a forever filter. There is no money pit with this. So this is the one you want to grab because there's no extra cost on this. Simply vacuum your filter every month if you have pets, every couple of months if you don't. And so you have no other cost after this. That's amazing value, right?
Right, yeah.
And then also remember that we call this our Big Mac Daddy because it does up to 2,000 square feet. Now there is an agency that's called AHAM. AHAM tests all air purifiers, not just LivePure, and they have a foundation, like a lot of things. What's our foundation? What's our expectation? They want to know how many exchanges it takes to get to 4.8 exchanges is the goal in an hour. And so if you're doing 550 square feet, we have 4.8.
Okay.
If you go smaller, we're going to do 22 times air exchanges in like a normal bedroom, 10 by 22.
Yeah.
Take it up to the 2,000 square feet, and we're going to scrub that air 33 times a day. This is the only unit that you can put in the tiniest bedroom, in the medium bedroom, in the large bedroom, but then take it to your floor plan. No other unit can do that. Otherwise, you have to buy 4 units and spend, $800. So you can get this unit home today and not worry, where am I going to put this? Because you can put it in the nursery, you can put it in the elementary room, you could child's age, and then any size room. That's what's life-changing about this one. You don't have to overthink it. Move it wherever you need it.
Right.
And if you can only get one, it doesn't matter, because we're going to do all of the spaces because this is so powerful.
Yes.
So this from LivePure, it has a really lot of benefits. And don't forget that filter. I think it's just so important not to have that ongoing money pit.
Ongoing. Right now, $199.99. That is it. That is a one-time purchase. You're not purchasing more filters, and you're getting a multiple filtration system right here. I know there's other air purifiers out there that are small that you can kind of sit on a desktop, and maybe just the surrounding 100 feet will clean that air, and that's kind of it, and you got to replace those filters. We're talking about your home. We're talking about those open concepts. We're talking about whatever room you want. Maybe it's a classroom. Maybe it's that Bible study room at church that you're going to bring and put it in. You're going to clean that air. Maybe it's because you have pets. But the thing we do every day, all day, us and our loved ones, we breathe in this air, and our lungs are having to filter all this. And especially in the last few years, what we've learned that is in our air, those particles, air purifiers used to be a luxury item that were $500, that were $700. Now, for this industrial size, beautiful look with multiple functions, with multiple modes, a multi-filtration system on a today's special price at $199.99 on free shipping and handling. This taupe was about to sell out, but the sage has only 150 remaining in the sage right now. We're about to start losing some colors, but this is something you can do for yourself and for your loved ones and your family in your home.
It's an act of love for your family, without a doubt.
It is an act of love. It is. Great. Bonnabelle, we'll be back at 6 o'clock, I think, this evening. Bonnabelle will be back at 6 o'clock, so if you're still shopping, jump in, listen to that presentation. We're going to take a little bit of a break so you can pick up your today's special. We'll be right back.